Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Aramis Vet, um, and I am tired. Um, I'm sorry I haven't done a video in a while. I honestly have been so focused on things that needed my more immediate attention that I kind of somewhat forgot I had a YouTube channel I was trying to do. It was always in the back of my head, but uh, it just, yeah. um, So this is like my fourth try at doing a video. I've been trying to put a video out, and I things today that are on my mind that I want to say, and I just am struggling to say them. And I the last video attempt I did was like 20 minutes. Yeah, I can't even speak. It was like 25 minutes long, and so I'm going to try, and I want to keep it short because I think it loses a lot when I ramble on. But a couple things. I'm trying out this new camera light that my oldest daughter got me. She found on clearance for $1 at Walmart, and so I'm trying it out, seeing how it does. But um, so a little bit of background info of Hangs is a good friend of ours had given us. I call it a kiddie pool, but it one of those ones that's like collapsible sides, and then it had a blow up ring with like three dolphins on it and things, and it was probably like 8 foot diameter. Um, and things, and it probably got to like 3 feet deep or so. Um, and we had been using it this summer and things, and so I had about a month ago had leveled out the ground to keep get it more level, have a little more, and it was just minor stuff that I needed for this thing. Unfortunately, though, shortly after I did all that, um, we had a thunderstorm pop up that was not in the forecast at all or anything, and I was not expecting it, and dropped a big old limb on this pool and ruined it. And I hate it because we were loving it, we were having fun with it, um, and I mean, originally I was planning on putting in a pool this year, but things happened, weren't able to do that, and so we were hoping to do it next year. Well, then 2 weeks ago, I'm in Walmart and see that they have pools on clearance, and so I was like, oh, maybe I'll go get just another cheapy blow up pool on really good price or something, just get us through this hot summer. Um, See that they have their above ground pools on pretty good deal. And so I sent a bunch of pictures and different things to my wife. And we talked about it a little bit on her lunch break, and met up after she got off work, and we just decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on it and get a pool. And been trying to get it set up for like the last 2 weeks. I've been doing a bunch of the research that I've already been doing for the last year or so since we decided we wanted to put a pool in here, since we determined this was no longer our starter home but our forever home, and that was one of the things we wanted. And so I was just trying to brush up on all that stuff, as I hadn't really looked at anything about it for 4 or 5 months since we had determined that we didn't think it was going to happen this year. Um, but yeah, we've had some thunderstorms here and there and other stuff, and just hadn't been able to get around to it. And finally, after 5 years, got back to the dentist yesterday. And I know that sounds weird, but And so and those of you who know, with my TBI and from it being from a car tire blowing up in my face and having to pick bits of rubber and metal out of my face and things, I don't like things in my face bubble. And so that's part of the reason I hadn't been to the dentist and other stuff. And they were really good. They took their time, and it took a lot out of me. So I was going to start working on this pool yesterday, and all I could manage to do is get out there and trim up some tree limbs and other stuff around it to try and um, get more of that stuff cleared away from the area that we wanted it. And then today I got out and I was like, all right, I'm going to build the little frame for the pad that we need to do, get it all leveled out. And by the time my wife gets home, we're going to put this pool together. And so things are working. I ended up sleeping in a little bit later because it was draining going to the dentist yesterday. And I needed that extra time to recover. And the kids were being good. They let me sleep. And got up and moving and took my oldest to her friend's house so that she could have some fun and get some time out of the house, and got back, and it's about 11:30. I'm getting working on this. I'm like, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do this right. And I get the frame built. It took me an hour, and I only had to do 2 cuts on the boards and screw in four boards to each other to make a box, and it took me over an hour, but whatever, I got it done. I taken hydration breaks and everything with the heat, and I was like, I'm not gonna rush this. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do this right. And so then I start digging out around to get the frame for this thing level, so then I could bring in the dirt and sand that I need to do to level out the area for the pool to sit on. And like I said, it's near the trampoline. So I'm digging along with the shovel. Had already done a quick thing with the pickaxe to loosen up the ground, which is why I wasn't expecting to find a huge tree root. Apparently, I had just missed it going along with the shovel, or going along with the pickaxe. But I found it with the shovel when I was trying to dig out the trench for this box, and caused the shovel to bounce, caused my foot to bounce right off the shovel and kick the trampoline with the full force of my foot coming down to dig into the ground. And it hurt. It hurt so bad. My toe bent back in my shoe in a way that it should not have bent, and it made a sound it should not have made. And of course scared my kids because I yelled out in pain and fell to the ground, and my 3 youngest were on the trampoline jumping, and I had to reassure them Daddy was okay, just accidentally kicked the trampoline, and that he was going to go inside and sit down because he needed to. Got inside, had my second oldest, who's still here at home, and she was inside working on stuff. Helped me get my shoe off and sock off and get me situated so that I could elevate my foot. And my toe is really swollen and it hurts, and so it's either really badly jammed or it's broken. But unfortunately, time will tell. I've had injuries like this before. It's going to be a time thing now, and I'm hoping that it's just the pain and everything else, right, initial pain of it and stuff, and that it's just a bad jam and it will clear up in a day or two. But it's just one of those, I come inside and I'm sitting down, and I was going to be so productive, I was going to get stuff down, and now I'm sitting on my butt doing absolutely nothing. And so as I was sitting there with my thoughts and stuff, I decided to do this video and feel at least I accomplished something today. But it's just one of those F my life moments that I just I can't even get a pool set up for my family without something happening. And I wasn't even rushing through it. And it's just like I usually I have stuff happen, and it's because I got ahead of myself. I rushed through it. I tried to do things at a pace that my brain wasn't going to let me do. And just sitting here with my thoughts, and I was like, just F my life. I am tired of this. I am tired of having to fight through every day, even on a day that I don't do anything and basically play video games all day. It's just when I'm having a bad, I have to fight every day. And I'm tired of it. I just am so tired of it. And I had the thought occur to me that I'm not the only one in the world who has struggles. Heck, I know my wife struggles every day with me, so and it just made me think of I need to share this, that I know there's someone else out there struggling, and if nothing else, it just lets you know that we're out here struggling together. And as tired as I am of fighting every damn day, I'm gonna keep on fighting. Um, and as much as it sucks that this pool is not gonna get in today, and now I got to figure out how to get this pool in with a hurt toe, because this is not gonna heal over the next, or magically overnight, and I'll be able to do things tomorrow. It will get done, and it will provide lots of happiness for my family. It will provide exercise for me and help me get into a place physically that I will feel better about, which will help me mentally. But as tired as I am of fighting every day, I can't afford not to fight. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I hope that this helps someone else, that you might be inspired by it, or that you hear the message and just keep fighting. Um, I don't know, I had a brief thought of something else, and I was just like, oh, it came into my head and I lost it, and then it came back again. No, I was just thinking of Dory from Finding Nemo, who sometimes that's who I feel like with my TBI. Um, but in it, she keeps on, she'll be like, just keep swimming. I can't speak, I can't sing, I can't do anything. But anyway, she's like, just keep swimming, swimming. And I was just sitting there thinking of just keep fighting, fighting, fighting. um, and I don't know, I guess that could sound bad, but I'm talking about fighting in a good way, not fighting with people around you or anything like that, but just fight for yourself, fight to keep going. And today is a really bad day for me. Not just because of my toe, but I mean, I started off good mentally, and my toe, everything else, and just it's what I call a bad head day now. I just, but tomorrow's a new day. It can be bad, it can be good, but one thing I know is I'm going to fight through it and give myself another day after it. And this is a little more personal and more vulnerable than I like to put out there. But I know from feedback that I've gotten from people who know me in real life and things and say that it's these kind of things that help them. And so I just, when I can be personal and vulnerable like this. And so I hope this message comes out the right way and the way that I intended it to. I know, unfortunately, with social media, things can get taken out of context and not received the way that you want. And if that happens, I'm sorry for that. And um, but I hope this reaches the people that I want it to, and that they hear it the way that I want them to hear it. Anyways, I won't take up any more of your time. This is the Air Misfit signing off and telling you to just keep fighting.